Hey y'all, today I'm going to be talking about something very emotional, something that happened to me 4 years ago as a patient at Kaiser. The reason why I'm sharing this story is to make people aware that you're not alone, that if it can happen to me, I know it's happening to others, black women and black patients in general. So please bear with me when I tell you my story.
I knew
Thank
something
you.
was wrong.
What hurts the most is that even after everything my body went through, I still didn't feel like the situation was taken care of. I had to be cardioverted twice. I was hit with adenosine 3 different times to restart my heart. It was not a small situation, it was life threatening. Yet, after nearly losing my life,
They didn't
I
listen to
struggled
me.
to get proper follow up care. I repeatedly asked to see a cardiologist, verbally and in
My
writing.
symptoms were dismissed.
I advocated for myself over and over because I knew I would get worse. Excuse me. Why did I have to fight so hard to be heard?
Refused cardiology referral.
Not just for myself, but for every black patient who has felt ignored, minimized with their health issues. Nobody should almost have to die to feel heard. The night of the incident, it was May 2nd, 2022. 12 hours prior, I wrote multiple doctors saying something bad was going to happen today and that I need help. No one responded to me. God then revelated to me to let everybody know something was going to happen today and I didn't feel well, so that's what I did. I called my brother, my mom, everything because I've never felt this way before. The numbness was going in and out of my legs all day, whether I'm standing or sitting, and I live alone. So 12 hours later, 8 at night, I call my mom and tell her I might need to go to the hospital. She says, okay, let me know. I'll take you. By the time I got off the phone with her,
I couldn't breathe.
I couldn't breathe. I was so disoriented. I couldn't call 911. I couldn't verbalize. And I talked to God in my mind, asking Him for help because I knew if I didn't get help, I was going to die. So I was able to press the button back and I was able to talk to my mom. I had to scream from the top of my lungs so she could know it's serious. I screamed, said, call 911. By the time I said that, I went
I
unconscious.
went unconscious.
I was unconscious for an hour and 5 minutes. I had a grade 3 level coma. Most people do not come back from that,
I
or
should not be
they
here.
are delayed permanently. They don't walk, they don't talk, they're not able to live alone, they're not able to feed themselves. And I can hear everything while I'm unconscious, and I'm thinking, this is crazy. How can I hear everything? And they transport me. I'm still unconscious. They get me back in the ambo where they cardiovert me twice. They hit me with adenosine 3 times inside the house, and there was no response. The fire chief said that your daughter is in a life-threatening state and she's might not make it. I go to Sharp Hospital where I got grade A care. They stayed by my bedside. Anytime you're having heart issues, you guys, I had supraventricular tachycardia. I couldn't walk on the floor because that would increase my heart rate. So in order for me to use the restroom, I had to use a bedpan. In order for me to do anything, they had to wheel me. So all night I was unstable. I was too unstable to move to Kaiser. As I'm unstable, the doctors are giving me a lot of channel blockers to get my heart stabilized. Still nothing's working. This is 6 hours in after I just was cardioverted. God came to me and said, I didn't save you for you to die. The doctor then comes to me and says, Mrs. Chai, nothing is working. I don't know if you're going to make it. I was scared. I was alone. But I remembered I wasn't alone. I was with God. And I immediately start singing Do.
God
And I
saved my
pray.
life.
And as I'm singing this song, my heart is starting to stabilize. The doctor says, I don't understand. Nothing was working. But now it is. I said, I understand. It's God. They then transport me to Kaiser hours later in the morning. And the first thing I do when I get to Kaiser is I ask to speak to a cardiologist. The doctor said, why do I need to see a cardiologist after being cardioverted and after having to restart my heart 3 times? I asked, I was cardioverted, this happened to me medically. I want to see a cardiologist. They refused. I stayed in the hospital 2 days. I never seen a cardiologist. The month of May, my mom had to call the ambulance over 15 times because my heart was unstable every time. They still refused for me to see a cardiologist. I wrote them saying I need to see a cardiologist. They said the cardiologist is not interested in seeing me at this time. Now, when they said that, I said, if a person has a stroke, they see a neurologist. A person has a broken leg, they see an orthopedic surgeon. A person's heart restarts, you see a cardiologist. That's standard protocol. I know this because I was a nurse for 13 years. So I didn't understand why I was getting all this hell. Why was I getting all this hesitation when what happened to me was so serious? They try to put it off and say it's anxiety. No anxiety will make a patient go unconscious, have to get cardioverted, have to get hit with adenosine. There's no anxiety that will do that. And I think realistically, the part that upsets me more is who doesn't have anxiety after COVID? Everyone does. So they try to put it off as this is just anxiety, Mrs. Chai. Nothing is wrong with your heart. For 2 months, I did not see a cardiologist. I went back and forth to the hospital. Every hospital said, this is crazy. You should have been seen a cardiologist. What is Kaiser doing? I said, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if this is happening to me because I'm black or that they just don't care. I don't know, but this is my experience that I've had. 2 months later, I found my wonderful doctor, and immediately she gave me a referral to see the cardiologist. Months later, I still was going through heart things. Every day I would wake up saying, is this going to be the day I die? Because Kaiser would send me home and say nothing's wrong with me. I would be in the emergency room and they would not put a heart monitor on me, which is standard protocol for a heart patient. There was a time I was in the ER where I almost passed out and a lady had to scream for help for me. I have really felt horrible being a healthcare provider myself and then going through what I went through and living the life I live now. Due to this incident, I have memory issues. I have to write everything down. I have issues with walking, my day to day functioning, and I have other issues due to this severe incident that could have been avoided. 12 hours earlier, I said something was wrong, and they never did anything. And I just want to share to those out there that's going through the same thing, maybe right now, you're not alone. It's not in your mind, it's not anxiety. If you feel that something's going on with your body, you are an expert at your body. No doctor can tell you more than you can tell yourself. I'm being honest with you guys. This trauma is the first time I share this story, let alone put it online. But I want to share it because so many of us ethnic women and ethnic men get ignored for pain because our pain tolerance is higher. But if I was a white woman, so I kept saying to myself, would this happen to me if I was a Caucasian woman named Karen, Nancy, Kimberly? And the answer is no, it wouldn't have. A lot of times when you are a black patient, they want to minimize your pain and want to tell you it's something else because a lot of times they just don't know the answer. Instead of saying, I don't know and I need to figure out, they want to say it's not real, like it's in your mind. And that's more insulting to me than anything because I was a nurse for 13 years and I knew that what was going on with me wasn't in my mind, it was physical. Every time the ambulance came to the house, because they were coming so much, they knew me by first name, I was calm. I was calm due to the fact that I knew if I went unconscious again, the likelihood of them getting me back was not going to happen. I want to tell anybody out there going through health issues, you're not alone. Big confidence energy is your bestie. And every day I struggle with health issues. And most people don't know it because they see me and they say, oh, you look good. But looks are deceiving. Thank God I don't look like what I've been through. But I've been through hell and back. Right now, I want to tell all of you guys that if you're going through something with a medical professional and you feel like they are not doing their job, do not stop advocating for yourself. It can cost you your life. I advocate for myself. I have a great medical team now at Kaiser, but before I did not. And what I did was I filed complaints at the medical board. I filed grievances at Kaiser so they can know that this is going on and that we shouldn't be ignored. I also do want to let you guys know that by the end of the year, I will be writing a detailed book about that experience in detail. In this video, I'm also going to put proof and evidence of what I said to the doctors prior to all this happening. I'm not on here to attack Kaiser. I'm not on here to attack healthcare professionals, but there is a lot of bad healthcare professionals. And Kaiser has a lot of them there. There's people that don't want to help people of color. There's people that don't want to help people at all. And really, they're in the wrong field. I want to come to you today as your bestie and let you know you are not alone. I am here, and I'm standing strong for the both of us. Thank you guys for letting me share this emotional. Surviving the emergency part was only one battle. Fighting to be taken seriously afterwards became a whole nother battle itself. I want you guys to sit with that. Like, comment, and subscribe.